So we're backstage at Lifelight Festival, and we caught up with Nick. Nick is actually the guitarist of As I Lay Dying. So how's it feel to be in Sioux Falls, South Dakota?
Feels great. It's a wonderful day. Really pretty.
So you guys are going swimming when you're done here.
Well, some of us are. Some of us didn't bring our trunks, so...
I don't think they'll mind. Just tell them who you're with.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, we might improvise. I'm not at liberty to disclose all of that information.
It's a secret.
Yeah, we might make it happen if we need to, depending on how many people are there.
Well, I offered you Todd's boxers.
Yeah.
You know, a little sweaty, but... So anyway, now tell me a little bit about your history with the band. Now, the band's formed in what year?
The band started about 7 years ago. Tim, our singer, and Jordan, our drummer, started it. And there's been a bunch of various members, or it was all pretty much in like those first couple of years because the band wasn't fully like serious. And eventually, around the end of 2003, being in 2004, we like solidified our lineup, and I joined right about then.
No, you actually put out a CD in about 2003, didn't you?
Yeah, 2003 is when the first Metal Blade album came out, Forward's Collapse, and then like during the touring cycle of that album is when Phil and I joined the band.
What's it been like touring and stuff? Is it cool? Are you having a blast or what?
Yeah, I know, it's tons of fun. I mean, it's a little bit of a headache, like traveling and just like all the time changes and lack of sleep, but it's
that
worth
can be
it.
hard.
Yeah, and you do it so much. I mean, we were in Russia last in Europe for 3 weeks, and then we went home for a little bit, and we were like kind of like jet lagged from that, and then we flew out here for this, and so it's a lot of traveling, and you tend to miss out on a lot of things at home, and you tend to miss home a lot. But for us, it's been worth it, and to see that the band has been growing like all over the world has just been kind of mind-blowing for us because it was nothing we ever expected. So
that's cool. Okay, yeah. So when you're growing up, you want to grow up and you want to play music and stuff. So when you were thinking about it then and you're doing it now, what's the biggest change? What's the biggest surprise you didn't really anticipate?
I don't know.
That's a really
technical
question.
The hardest question I've ever asked in 2 years.
I was going to say, I didn't even follow it. I'm not sure I understand.
Okay, what's your favorite hamburger helper? We'll just go right there.
I want to ask. Good for you. Now,
yeah, really?
I love it. Back to growing up. What do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be a circus guy that announces the circus acts. What do they call it?
I think you could have your own.
Oh, nice.
You could have one of those freak shows
or a cowboy.
Head.
I want to be a cowboy when I grow up.
You could have one of those tents that is like, see the guy with the biggest head.
That's my head, and I'm proud of that.
I have a huge head. Look at my head.
All right, whose head is bigger?
We'll
My
find out.
head is bigger, and I've got bigger hair, so
So you
we can
win.
join the circus together.
Now this is more like an interview.
So do you have any really embarrassing moments?
Embarrassing moments?
Like on stage?
Oh, all the time. Like falling down on stage or falling off of the stage. That's
Any injuries?
nothing. Nothing too bad. I mean, I haven't injured myself from falling down or falling off. I've been injured by people throwing things.
I just found.
Yeah.
Well, you're the one that brought him in, so that should be your responsibility to do that.
Anyway, I'm sweating. There's flies in here.
Yes.
You want to go swimming, so we should go do that.
All right.
Can we tag along? All right, now we managed to grab Tim. Tim is actually the lead singer in the band, As I Lay Dying. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, yeah.
All right, so what do you think of Sioux Falls so far?
I haven't got a chance to see much. We're kind of in the middle of some fields right now, so I know that it's green and everything grows here.
You like the flies? There's a lot of flies here.
Yeah.
Now tell me about, you actually started the band, correct?
Yeah, Jordan and I did. Jordan, our drummer, and myself. Yeah.
Okay, and that was back in the early 2000s?
Yeah, 2001, right around February 2001. So.
All right, so tell me what your status right now in the studio. What are you guys doing? You got any new CDs coming out?
No. Well, An Ocean Between Us has been out for about a year, so we're still. There's a lot of places we haven't played since the album's been out. I mean,
So you're still promoting that one yet? Awesome. Well, I'm glad that it brought you here to Sioux Falls because you've got a lot of fans in this area.
Okay.
So have you ever had any really embarrassing moments on stage?
Well, absolutely. Yeah. One particular comes to mind is our old bass player. He was really rocking out, and he decided that he would try to like jump off of the kick drum, and and he actually knocked over the drum kit. But see, I was facing the crowd, so I didn't know that, and I just kind of kept going, and next thing I knew, I was singing all by myself, and the band had stopped.
Did you have anything to add?
Well, I asked your guitar player like the only serious question I've asked in 2 years.
It was a good one.
It was a good. I'll ask
I'm
you
still
that.
interpreting
and
it.
if you don't like the question, I have an alternate.
Okay.
But okay, so you started in 2001, and the band's progressed and stuff. From where it started, I mean, what didn't you really foresee that happened to you? That you've grown and stuff.
That's a good question.
You want the alternate one?
No, I'll take that one. That one's fine. Well, I would say that when we started the band, just in general, I foresaw this style of music being very underground, and a lot of the bands I grew up listening to, I don't think were really quite able to make a living playing music. So, they would go out and do tours, and they would release CDs, but then in between that, they would have their regular jobs back home. And one day I just woke up and realized, wow, like, this is our job. Like, when I'm home from tour, I'm just home. I don't have to do anything other than keep writing music, and that's something I could have never foreseen.
Did you dream of it though? I mean, growing up, is that what you wanted to do?
Yeah.
Or did you just find yourself there?
Well, yeah, I think any musician who really loves what they're doing, wants to be in that position. I just didn't think with this style of music it was possible. So, I guess it is.
Well,
I'm still going to ask my
anything is possible, really, if you
my
set your mind
alternate
to
question. I'm still asking. What did you have for lunch?
Ooh, I had salad and cheese pizza.
A couple people that recognized you on the flight over here, so that's pretty cool. Do people usually recognize you, or do you think that they do? They look at you, but they don't want to say anything, because they don't want to. If it's not him, I don't want to say anything.
Yeah, well, I think certain environments, obviously, if we were like at a mall or something, we're more likely to be, recognized by somebody than if, I guess I don't know. I'm trying to think. If we went to like a super fancy restaurant, that might not happen quite as. Yeah.
Whenever they see her in public, they check the back of their milk carton, and I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means. He's out of control. Slap him for me, will you?
I think you must look like a lost person. Is that what he's trying to say?
She acts lost. So. Anyway.
All right.
Stop talking.
So anyway, promote your band website.
Oh, it's just asilaydying.com, and a lot of people go to myspace.com/asilaydying. So.